Okay.
Woohoo! It is time for day 2 of our special summer program, the Support for the Game Has Changed event. Yesterday, we went over the Q&A and talked about the schedule that I am willing to share with you guys, my time to help you as you learn Dean's new system, his platform. It's called the Mastermind Business System. I'm super excited about it. Margaret, are you excited about what Dean's offering?
You know it. It's a great layout.
It is a great
I like
layout.
where he's going with this. I can't wait to see, what else is coming today.
Yep. And then day 2,
Tomorrow.
which is today, we're going to talk about the homework help and what went on yesterday. And I have a little bonus to share with everybody. And then on day 3, which is going to be Saturday, June 15th, we will be doing our workshop. It's going to be an Ask Me Anything. It's going to be right before Dean's 3rd day of his event, but we're going to go in and just dig deep, and I can show you some of the inside stuff. We'll have a good time for sure. All right.
Yeah.
And then day 1 of the Game Has Changed is really what we're going to be talking about. So what I want to know is, what was most impactful to you?
Let's see.
Yeah, I had to pull out my notes as well.
I know. I'm like, let's see. It should have been more prepared here.
I know.
Having been in the community, there are things that, I was already familiar with, but I just still, repetition is key with some things, right? So, well, with a lot of things. So, trying to help you get focused, just the I help blank to blank. Stupid simple. But I've been all over the place with that though, trying to focus on what I'm going to focus on. And kind of scattered, but the how we share it, but I think the whole thing is the breaking down the teaching points into like the 6 things.
Yeah.
Even though I wasn't like able to do that, I've got it down, and that's a great plan. And I'd kind of gone there with Gigi, as I said to you privately, but yeah, I mean, I think the breaking it down into
yeah, I really like what they've done this year with
points.
the 3 circles. And you'll notice, like today, he's going to introduce another one of those diagrams, but he's made it a triangle, and it's got the 3 circles on it as 3 options you take. And what he is saying is coaching, courses, and community. Those are the 3 areas where you could focus your efforts. And then what he's having you do is take what is it you want to do with them? Do you want to, I guess, create that course? Do you want to create the coaching, or do you want to start a community of like-minded people? And like you said, he asked us to come up with what we would name that, and just how would we share our knowledge, what we already know. If we went back to our 20-year-old self and said, hey, I want to help you have the best life ever, what 6 things would you write out that they would absolutely need to know? And then that would become a framework for your course, a framework for the coaching program you would put up, or even a framework for what to discuss in your community. When you have topics, that sets the stage for everybody to work. And, of course, he talked about Gigi. Gigi is their automated AI assistant, and she's amazing. She's been programmed by Dean and Tony, so all of their information is in there. And literally, it's like talking to, like, if you were to have a hot seat with Dean Graziosi, this would be the kind of questions and things that he would ask, and then the answers that get provided. So it's pretty good. And that was the homework.
Yeah, Gigi's amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The homework
Like,
was,
I mean, really, like, you just like think like, oh, I'm gonna get some, like, I already thought of that crap. You know what I mean? Like, no, like, and it's not just like this. It goes into detailed.
Yeah.
And I'm like, well, how would I go about doing this? And then, and it's not like it's not like it's a computer or something talking to you. It's like you're getting advice from a a coach or something. It's pretty
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
used it last night for the homework. So if anybody hasn't done their homework yet, I highly recommend
Yeah.
it. You have a few more
I think that's
hours
what they
still.
wanted us to do pretty much. Yeah.
Exactly. There's a lot of them in there. If you go into the group, you can see everybody's posts. It's pretty impressive. And then you can use Gigi with the free trial. And I would prefer, if you were going to do that you could use one of my links, because that's going to give us the credit that I need. And I honestly think like day one was really like rocket fuel. Like everything that he was
Yes.
talking about was like, hey, we can go to the moon with this. And that's what we want. So I loved the story from Terry. I don't know how to begin say her last name, but the assistant principal turned 50 millionaire. Like what? That's just crazy. And here's a really interesting thing. Like she said that she had made $50 million. And I went back and I was listening to it.
Was it 50 or was it 500? It was either way. That's
It
an
was
insane
50
amount.
million. And then so she's had, at one point, Dean says she's helped over 35,000 students. Okay.
Wow.
So I was like, well, how much is that per person? What would your guess
Yeah,
be?
right.
What would your guess be?
Oh, I don't know. I don't do math teacher lady.
Well, I'm going to tell you that I do math. And even in my head, the number, I was like, it must be she's charging $15,000 a person or something. It's only 1,500.
Wow.
Wow, exactly. Like 1,500 is a man. I mean, people offer you $1,500
Because
items
these
all the
people are making
time.
big bucks as well, by
Yeah.
taking these courses. So, I mean, it's like they're going to get their money back. So,
Yeah. So it's just a reminder that anything is possible. Don't limit yourself. Like she was in a bad situation. She knew it and she didn't give up. She just kept thinking, what can I do differently? I mean, she went all the way back to high school and an experience she had that gave her joy. And, I think one of the things we try to do is make life hard. And,
yeah, right.
and I mean, she just picked a simple path and went with it and look what she got. So I'm super impressed by that. So
Yeah, she made it seem effortless.
yeah,
you know,
definitely. And so the Mastermind business system is Dean's new thing that he's putting out. It's part of The Game Has Changed. He's talking about it in all of the events. So today, be prepared. He's going to talk about it more. He's going to show more of it, more great guest speakers. He said who he was going to have, but it's not a name I know. I think I wrote it down. Did you catch the name?
I saw a list somewhere. No, I didn't. I think that might have been when I was driving or something, but I
Mhm.
think I saw somewhere that Trent is supposed to be there, Trent Shelton at some point.
I love his stuff, but there was
I
a name
love
I
him.
hadn't heard. I
I
know.
fell asleep reading the book last night. I was tired
Oh,
on
that's
him. I was like,
awesome.
yeah. I read like a page and fell asleep, and it's not because it's a sleepy
Okay.
time book. It's just I was tired. But he's great. Can't wait to see who he's got on here today. And they're totally
Yeah.
gonna get into
Yeah.
what you've already had a sneak peek behind the curtain, and
Yeah.
yeah,
I think it's
roll
going
it
to be
out.
good. Yeah. And so I just wanted to share with everybody again, the irresistible offer that I am putting out about this summer support. So whichever piece you pick, the cost, I want you to notice there, is free, free, free. What do they say? Free 99, free 99.
$3.99.
And, and the reason I'm doing this is I feel so strongly about what Dean is offering, and it's in alignment with what we already were putting together. So the summer program is going to help you establish a habit that is irregardless of anything that Dean is doing. I plan to work with those of you that are ready to change and want to do something different with your time. And I'm willing to pour my time into you as you figure out what's a good habit that could change your life, because it's important. It's important we identify those things. It's important that we set aside the time, and it's important that we work together. Our theme this summer is friends and fun, and that's the way it should be. You shouldn't be just off on your own trying to make life better for yourself. You need a support system. And so when Dean
Absolutely.
started talking about his program, I was like, yes, I want to help. I want to be able to take what he's offering to people and make it really happen, because I have been a part of new product offers multiple times. And they always sound great in the beginning. And then I hit like a wall where I can't get over it. And then I give up, or I'm discouraged, or it takes me so long. I'm like that person who is in a race and I'm the last person to come in, and they've already like taken down all of the things, and you're like, I'm still in the race, but there's nobody here anymore. So, but I don't want that to happen to everybody else, because I've learned enough about this system to really support people. And I can take, like, because I have so many different businesses and different ways that I've tried to incorporate these things, I think I can be really helpful. So, offering my support for this business system through June, July, and August. What's helpful to me is if you use my links, and that's how I get credit from Dean's World. There's a small pie in the sky chance that I would get to meet my idol, who is Tony Robbins. In part of this program, they offer us the people with the most get to go and do that. And while it may not happen this year, it's the start of something that maybe in 3 years I could be on the leaderboard and doing what I want. But I'm not going to just like give up at this point. I want to keep doing it. And so the
Yes.
system support would allow you to continue to meet with me each month. We would do case studies and testimonials on how it's working. And this would set me up. It's not all about me, but definitely if you're wondering why I would offer something for free, I'm telling you, there's value behind this, but you got to start somewhere. And this is a skill I can actually teach you, because, a lot of the gurus will be like, charge, like we just talked about, $1,500 for an event. And you go forward with that plan, and then nobody buys. And then what do? You go back to the drawing board and you keep doing it, and it gets frustrating. But what you really need is those testimonials. And so anybody willing to work with me this summer on this specific thing, which, by the way, I'm working on anyway. So that's why I'm willing to do this, is it's going to keep me in line. It's going to help me to reach the level that I want to reach, because I see myself coaching in this system in the future. And so using the summer to get that skill to help as many people as I can, and to be able to offer that in the future is really big for me. The Rockstar bonus that I am willing to put out into the world is a one-on-one with me to directly work on what it is you need this summer. What are you going to implement with the Mastermind business system? What is the actual game plan that you can use for the months of June, July, and August to take you to that next level? I'm going to give you access to some of my past master classes and courses that I know will be helpful to you. They're all done in that beautiful community that we're setting up inside of the Mastermind business system. And the promise, the commitment that I can make is that you will not be left behind. Everybody's going to be moving forward. This is going to be a buzz for a while. People are going to be talking about all the progress they're making. You're going to see people's beautiful funnels and all their things. And I'm going to be there with you as you figure out how to make it work for you. So nobody gets left behind. I'm here. You can reach out to me. We can work out how to make the system work for you. A little bit about the success plan that Dean has put together. He's put together a series of videos that he says, when you do these videos, maybe set aside time for each video, you will be successful. And so I made a 4-option success plan for those videos, whether it's a day or a week that you go through them, a month or 2 months. I'm going to be there as your guide through those 7 videos, learning the material, someone that you can ask a question to. They're going to have great tech support and help and systems in place, but you guys know me. You know my heart. You know what I'm capable of, and I'm willing to pour into you during these 4 time periods of time so that I can make videos, record the information, store up. Like when you ask your questions, that makes me be a better version of me to support you. So those are my options. And you can watch yesterday's video for a breakdown of how each of those are really going to go. In the Learn, Grow, Share Club, which is that platform that's in Mastermind Business System, you'll have an exclusive area just for those of us that are going to the next level with the Mastermind Business System. And then this is kind of my beta test for the Clubhouse. but you'll have free access to this Learn, Grow, Share Club with my courses and all of those things inside of it. And if you decide to continue on in September, you will have the low $10 a month founders pricing. It will never go up after that, even though it will continue to go up as we grow as a community. And then that bonus that I just shared is that you'll have special time with me to really help you get through everything, in addition to our habit help support system. And so if you haven't yet, Margaret, I'm talking to you and I'm also talking to me, okay? Inside that community, we have it working out where you can post daily the habit that you are working on. And that's going to help keep you accountable. But in addition to the daily stuff where you're working with people in the community, telling them what you're doing, we're going to have weekly group support. It'll be at 7:30 a.m. on Monday. So right after the live, you go live with me on the Zoom, and we will be able to talk about what's happening, how your habit is going. Because if you've ever tried to do a habit before and it hasn't worked, then you know that they're not always the easiest to put in place. But we are working on the principle that slow and steady wins the race. And we're going to do it for 21 days in a row. Whatever it is that we're doing, we're going to document it. We're going to work on it. And we're going to decide what's working for us and what's not. And I'm going to be working with each of you to create a page. And spoiler alert, this page is going to be part of the Mastermind Business System website development. So you're going to learn how to create this page so that you have the skill set to use their system. And then you'll be able to go to your page. It'll be like what ours is it's Learn, Grow, Share Club learngrowshare.club. And then it'll be / and it'll be your name. And you'll be able to go there and look at your priorities, what it is you've set up, how many days you have been able to stay on track, because we're shooting for the 21 days to make a habit. And then there's another little fun part on there, and that is your no quit plan. And what we're going to do is we are going to do a little role playing, and we're going to record it. And you are going to have a video with your blueprint for how to not quit on your habit. So it's going to be a lot of fun. Looking forward to getting that put in place. So please use my links to sign up. That's what gives you access into all of the stuff that we're doing. It will be in the Clubhouse today. This is being recorded, and we are able to have all of this information out to you, and the links will be in the comments. Did I miss anything, Margaret?
Girl, I think you covered it all. That's awesome. Yeah.
That's great. Well, what are you most excited about for day 2 in the Game Has Changed event?
I want to see how he's going to unveil everything to everyone, how he's going to pimp it.
I love it. I love that you're saying that, because so many people get hung up on Dean's always pitching us stuff.
I saw some nasty comments on the YouTube, like a replay thing. People are like, "Rah." I'm like,
yeah,
what are you doing here then? Then don't watch it.
Yeah. Well, what's interesting is you're learning how to do it. If you can distance yourself from, I can't buy it, or it's not right for me, or whatever, and just watch the master, if you will, in action, and then think about, how could I do that in my own world?
Yeah.
That's what's key. That's what is like, if you can watch it with that idea, you totally have a different viewpoint. So
yeah, you can take what you want from it. Like yesterday was kind of like a emotionally like priming us for today and tomorrow. You know what I mean? And so even if you're not gonna delve into the whole system or anything, I mean, you can just learn from that. Oh, well, you gotta do this before you do this, and the whole process of getting people to opt in or whatever, you know what I mean? So there's just that part. But yeah, there's so much to take from it that I don't understand why people would just, trolls, internet trolls.
But you know what? It's all part of the process, right? Like, I remember being in that place where I didn't understand and I was threatened, if you will, by the sales. And I've evolved. I've grown into, oh, this makes sense. And you listen to Dean enough times with his sales or service, or when you sell, you're actually serving your customer. And I had an epiphany, a couple of years in, because it took me a while, where I realized that the beauty of what we're watching with both Dean and Tony is they so believe in what they're doing. They are willing to stand up and take the criticism, take the resistance, and still do it anyway. And that's something that I struggle with, right? Like, I don't want to bother anybody with too many emails, and I don't want to be in the feed all the time. And that's my resistance to helping everybody. And if I'm still working on that, shift my thinking to, if I'm doing this and I'm fully there and fully committed to the whole process, then I'm believing in it for you guys at such a level that I won't let you flail. Like that's our whole summer program is about, right?
You would be doing the world a disservice if you did not offer your services.
Yes. Have you heard that enough times?
Yes, it's true.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's true though.
Yeah.
I know what I would do without my coach, Tina.
Thank you. Thank you. I love that. All right. Well, we're going to wrap up for today. And I just hope everybody can come to tomorrow's event. I'm going to start an hour before Dean. So it will be at 11 a.m. Central, 12 Eastern. Those of you that can come, jump on in. We'll do some more homework. And anybody that has done their homework today, send us the link so that we can go out and like your post, so that maybe Dean has a better chance of seeing it. I actually did a video, but it hasn't been approved yet. I don't know if they have to wake up in Arizona in order to personally approve my post.
Oh, man, I'm sure they just have them flooding in,
Yeah. So I'm worried that it won't get in there in time.
Oh, it will. It will. I think they've got somebody on there constantly, but they probably just have so many coming in.
Yeah. But I was really surprised at what I came up with. I've been telling you, Margaret, that I'm seeing a connection with retirement. And it was good. So my program, I'm going to tell you what my program was. It was Retirement Ready, a workshop series for a radiant future.
I like that.
I know. I was kind of like, ooh, and this was me, and with a little bit like Gigi suggested a whole bunch of stuff, but I was like, I don't really like the wording on that one, but I like it here and this here. Now, she did a lot of golden years, which I'm not really sure I like, but okay, radiant, golden. But one of the things she said was Golden Years Playbook, helping working women create their dream retirement.
There you go.
And what I love about this whole concept of retirement is, have you heard that thing about when's the best time to plant a tree?
Yeah, I can't think.
Okay, so the best time to plant a tree was 20 years ago.
I'm pretty sure we just talked about this.
No, we didn't. But the best time to plant a tree 20 years ago or right now. And I feel that's the same thing with retirement, because a lot of people aren't planning for their retirement and they think it's too late or they don't know. But as women, especially, like I was having just a nice coffee when we were in Whistler with one of the gals from the Tony world. And she was talking about how her husband did all the finances for her. And, he was into trading and all this stuff, and they were well off. And I said, that's wonderful. I said, what's your plan if something happens to him? And she was like, huh. And I didn't really think much of it. It was part of the conversation. I asked the question, and the next day we met again. And she was like, I was thinking about what you said all night long. And she said, I talked to my husband, and hey, we have got, she goes, I've decided I'm going to learn how the finances work. I'm going to learn how to do this. And so she was totally embarking on a plan just from the twist in the thinking there, just from, I have everything figured out to, I need to be prepared. And that's what I'm thinking about for retirement, is that there's so many nuances. Even retirement is, like a lot of us want it to be like in our 40s, right? So we could plan for that. But a lot of us, we do have 20 years before we're going to be able to stop, or we've got
Yeah.
5 or 6 years and we don't know how in the heck it's going to work. And so I had some fun stuff. There was, it's funny because Gigi offered, finances and well-being. And I was like, no, I'm going to name it, Will the Money Last?
Yeah. There you go.
I'm like, it's just not funny,
Yeah.
Gigi. And then, you know, she said transitioning from career to retirement. And I'm like, no, we're going to do transitioning from work to fill in the blank, because not everybody wants to retire. People want to start their
Yeah.
own businesses. They want to have that extra income. They want to travel. I mean, why not have the big vision? And so I had fun making my 6 things, because while she gave me ideas, she didn't think like I do. That's the beauty of
That's
my
right.
brain, is it is not computerized yet.
Tina,
This is original thought
I
coming
am
out of
Coach
this
Tina.
puppy.
Yeah.
Aw,
Yeah, but he's great, a thought provoker. Yeah,
yes,
as well.
yes.
Like if she doesn't give you exactly what you need, like, it
Yeah.
gets the wheels turning.
Well, in the old
It's
days, she would have been called a muse, you know?
yes.
So we can
Yes.
just think of AI as our muse. What are they reminding us that we already know, that is allowing us to dig in deeper to who we are? So fun stuff.
Nice.
All right. Well, we better end for the day. Like I was saying, I hope you have a really great rest of the day. Enjoy day 2 of the Game Has Changed event, and I will see you soon.
Bye.
Bye.